Have you created your first Etsy listings only to find that they're not getting any views? How is it that some sellers get their listings ranking on the first page of search while others are stuck on page 55? Today, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Etsy SEO and how to get your listings in front of paying customers. You'll walk away knowing exactly how Etsy SEO works, where it belongs in your listings, and how to start ranking higher today. Right now, you're probably describing the product and not how your customer searches, and that is where 90% of beginners go wrong with SEO. So let's start with tip number 1, which is what I consider to be the lifeline of any new Etsy shop, and that's actually understanding what Etsy SEO is and how it works. Now notice I'm saying Etsy SEO, not just general SEO, because Etsy does have its own nuances. And most Etsy sellers don't come in with a background of SEO specific to Etsy. Even our Google SEO experts who come in as Etsy sellers, they have to come in and relearn so much about SEO. If you are brand new to this, SEO stands for search engine optimization. And we have to remember Etsy is the search engine. It's just like Google. It doesn't guess what people want to see. It reads a seller's titles, tags, descriptions, and much more information to decide who your product is for. Your job as an Etsy seller is to learn how to speak Etsy's search language. It is a new language. And if you don't, then your listing is basically invisible. I've actually seen really amazing, incredible products that sellers can't even give away at cost because their SEO was all wrong. A listing without SEO is like a car without wheels. It will go nowhere. It's all about how well your listings match what a customer is typing in to the search bar. And your job as a seller is to help Etsy understand what your product is and who it's for using keywords in strategic places like your titles, your tags, your categories, your descriptions, and more. So think about SEO kind of like a bridge between what a customer is searching for and what you are selling. Let's go through an example. Let's say you are selling a mug that says dog mom on it. Okay. If your listing is titled something like handmade ceramic cup, 12-ounce gift for her, that might sound cute, but it does not tell Etsy who the product is really for. Now let's optimize that example with SEO in mind. Dog mom mug, personalized gift for dog owner, gift for dog lover. And with that, you're getting dog mom mug, mug personalized gift, gift for dog owner gift, and gift for dog lover. And this tells Etsy who it's for: dog moms, dog lovers, dog owners. It tells Etsy what it is, it's a coffee mug, and it tells Etsy when it might be purchased as a gift. So what is the result then? Your listing is more likely to appear when someone types in gift for dog mom or dog owner coffee mug because your keywords actually match their search. Now, all that is great, but knowing what SEO is will have zero impact on your listing's performance if you are using short tail keywords instead of long tail keywords. Most people don't know what the difference is, so I'm going to break this down for you. So short tail keywords, these are 1 to 2 words. They are high competition, right? There's a lot of people using them, and they are low converting. Because they're very general, they're not very specific. Long tail keywords are 3 or more words, and these are specific, they associate with buyer intent, and there's lower competition. So you'll have a higher conversion rate with long tail keywords. A short tail keyword would be something like mug. A great long tail keyword would be personalized dog mom coffee mug gift. Right? So what is the secret to turning short tail keywords into long tail keywords? How do you do that? There's 3 questions you have to ask. Number 1, who is it for? Number 2, when is it given? And number 3, what makes it unique? So if you ask those 3 questions and include those 3 answers with the short tail keyword, you will end up with a long tail keyword. And you should write that down on a sticky note so you never forget that. Now, what if you've got great keywords, a strong title, and you're still struggling? That's why this next tip is something that smart Etsy sellers never overlook. And it's using tags the right way. Now, tags are Etsy's second chance to rank you in more places, and they should both match and expand on your title. You have to use all 13 of these tags using variations, thinking like your customer. I think the biggest mistake that people make with their tags is when they try to use them to simply have a wider variety of keywords, and it creates completely inconsistent SEO. So let's say that this is your listing where it says custom teacher shirt, teacher appreciation tee, back to school shirt, gift for teacher, new teacher gift, teacher name shirt, school shirt. You would not want to have the tags be purple and pink shirt, Mrs. shirt, teacher wedding gift, first grade teacher, fifth grade teacher, high school teacher, oversized t-shirt, art school teacher, right? We don't want all of those because those are completely inconsistent with the current SEO. Okay, so consistency matters. Okay, so let's say you've got your keywords, but what if they're in the wrong place? Let's talk about the 5 places on Etsy that your SEO actually matters within a listing. Now, I'm only talking about within the listing because there's many more places that you need this in your shop, but these are the SEO hot zones. Number 1, the title, and you want to front load long tail keywords. The first 3 words are usually the only ones shown in search results. So recognize that is your prime real estate. Number 2, tags, right? We want to be consistent, but also expanding. Number 3, categories and attributes. You want to select those wisely. Number 4, the description, and they really emphasize the first 160 characters. And then number 5 is the image alt text. Etsy is testing AI reading here. So remember, we need all of the SEO in alignment. What if you're doing all of this and your listings still aren't being viewed? That is why this last trick is one of the most effective ways that top Etsy sellers actually get clicks. And it's one of the biggest mistakes that most beginners make. And that is that most sellers are choosing SEO that is product focused. It's about the product itself. And this is instead of SEO that is purpose and utility focused, which is how customers search. Customers search differently than how sellers think. And that's why some sellers never get any traffic. So what is product-centric SEO? Because we don't want to do this. It's going to be listing the materials, the specifications. It kind of sounds like a factory listing, right? It focuses on what it is. So examples would be 9 to 11 ounce, unique carved dogwood flower. This is very specific. Bright red path. Grandma's garden for this Christmas stocking with matching cuff. People aren't really caring about those specifics. Now, what is customer-centric SEO? This is going to focus on who it is for, multiple types of customers. It will answer why they are buying it, what is the situation or the event or the occasion, and it feels like it's written for real people. So a bad example would be 16 by 20 inch birch wood sign, handmade rustic decor. What is this even for? Okay, and a good example would be personalized family name sign, custom wedding gift, or housewarming gift, because it's speaking to the occasion, not the object. Don't describe the thing, describe the moment. Just remember that. If you are still stuck on page 55 and you're getting no views, go back to these 6 steps, especially tip number 6, and ask yourself, are you writing for Etsy's algorithm and your customer, or are you writing as a seller from your own perspective? This shift will change your visits and traffic forever. Now, if you want a more advanced tutorial on Etsy SEO, I have another video breaking it down in a more advanced way over here. Go check it out.